This is what it looks like outside the Fort York Food Bank almost every day of the week. Hundreds of people waiting hours in lineups that span a full city block. The operator here tells me she's not surprised that a video showing the food bank reality here in Toronto has gone viral.
Unless you live in this neighborhood and run by and see our lines like this, then it is a bit shocking to see what poverty looks like in our city.
Julie Lugin has been with the Fort York Food Bank for nearly a decade and describes the situation as critical, saying the number of clients they're now serving has tripled since 2019.
So currently we're serving 3,200 clients every week. That just went up from last month was 3,000, the month before was 2,500. So we've had a month-by-month increase in the number of people we're serving for the last year.
She says every day up to 20 new people are walking through these doors, from students to families to seniors and newcomers.
As a food bank, we should be working ourselves out of a business. We shouldn't have to be here, but yet we will be. We'll be here for we've been around for 25 years. We'll be here another 25 years at this rate.
Are these ready?
At the food bank here, it's all hands on deck with hundreds of volunteers helping out, including members of the Bike Brigade, an organization that was born in the early days of the pandemic, helping charities like Fort York reach people who are homebound. And they've now made well over 100,000 deliveries.
We are seeing definitely lately a lot more need. I mean, part of it too is inflation, like everybody else. Groceries are more expensive, harder to get, and the lines are getting longer, and that makes it just that much more of a barrier for some people to be able to get their own food.
The Daily Bread Food Bank is the largest in the city and supports other charities across Toronto. It used to see 65,000 visits every single month. That number has now quadrupled.
Imagine if 270,000 Torontonians, that's the number of people going to food banks, didn't have electricity. We would send the army in. We would mobilize community. We would take action.
Daily Bread CEO Neil Hetherington has been calling on the Ford government to treat this as a crisis situation, saying the recent hike to the ODSP is not nearly enough. And as Toronto gears up to elect a new leader, he's also setting his sights on what the city can do. So what is it that you would like to see from the next mayor of Toronto?
And the first is affordable housing. So with whatever powers the city government has, to be able to make sure that land is going to housing first where available. We would want to make sure that they are partners with Daily Bread, advocating to the province to make sure that disability payments rise so that you are not legislated to be in poverty if you're disabled.
The Daily Bread Food Bank is hoping to keep poverty front and center on the campaign trail and will be hosting the very first mayoral debate on May 15th. Shauna Hunt, City News.